Nearly 2 months after leaving Arizona, Trevor Wood has landed at another Power 5 football program. On his personal Twitter account Wednesday afternoon, Wood announced that he has committed to continuing his collegiate playing career at Texas A&M. As a graduate transfer, Wood will be eligible to play for the Aggies in 2018. The 6'6", 265-pound Wood spent most of his Arizona career as a tight end, but was moved to defensive end late in the 2017 season. Part of the reason for leaving the Wildcats was his desire to get back to playing tight end in an offense that'll utilize the position. Wood, a three-star 2014 signee, played in 36 games at UA, starting 2 of those contests. Both of those starts came during the 2016 season. He caught 9 passes for 63 yards and a 2 count during his time in the desert. And, for those who haven't yet made the connection, Arizona is now coached by Kevin Sumlin, who was the head coach last season at Texas A&M. Earlier this week, a graduate transfer quarterback committed to Alabama. A day later, one of that school's longtime rivals has gotten a similar commitment. On his personal Twitter account very late Thursday night, Christ revealed that he has decided to transfer to Tennessee. The social media pronouncement comes less than a week after Christ visited the Knoxville campus. As a graduate transfer, Christ, who announced in late January that he was leaving Stanford, will immediately join a quarterback fray on Rocky Top that includes Jarrett Garantano and Will McBride. Christ began the 2016 season as the backup to Ryan Burns, who started the first 7 games after winning the job coming out of camp before losing it to Christ mid-season, while he suffered a torn ACL in Stanford's Sun Bowl win over North Carolina in that postseason. He began the 2017 season as the starter. Another injury in the Week 4 win over UCLA opened the door for redshirt freshman KJ Costello to start the following week against Arizona State. Christ returned in Week 6 and started the next 3 games ahead of the Washington State game in early November. However, a healthy Christ was benched in favor of Costello, in what turned out to be the final 3 starts of Christ's career with the Cardinal. He completed just under 57% of his passes for 453 yards, 4 2 counts and 2 interceptions. In parts of 3 seasons, Christ, whose uncle Paul Christ is the head coach at Wisconsin, passed for 1,926 yards, 19 2 counts and 6 interceptions in 289 attempts. Once again, Cliff Kingsbury's coaching staff is whole. Thursday, Texas Tech announced that Adam Scheyer has been hired by Kingsbury as the football program's 10th assistant. Scheyer will serve as the Red Raiders' special teams coordinator. This past season, Scheyer was a quality control coach at Ohio State. "We're excited to complete our staff with Coach Scheyer," the head coach said in his statement provided by the school. "Coach Scheyer will bring an incredible amount of energy and enthusiasm to our special teams units. I'm excited for him to join our program." Prior to his brief pit stop in Columbus, Scheyer served in time, on-field positions on staffs at Wake Forest, 2014-16, Bowling Green, 2009-13, Lehigh, 2002-08, and Princeton, 2001. He coordinated special teams, among other duties, at each of those stops. "I'm thankful for the opportunity to join Coach Kingsbury and his staff at Texas Tech," Scheyer said. "I look forward to developing relationships with our players and getting started with spring practice this weekend. My family and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of the Lubbock community and join the Red Raider family." In addition to Scheyer's hiring, the football program also announced that linebackers coach Zach Spavital has been promoted to co-defensive coordinator as well. Spavital will be entering his 4th season with the Red Raiders. The calendar says much, and while that means plenty of excitement around college basketball, college football is not to be left out, with spring practice ramping up for just about every program. That includes down on the Plains, where Gus Malzahn met with the local media to give several updates about the Tigers before they hit the practice field. Per SEC Country's Justin Ferguson, Auburn HC Gus Malzahn said QB Jarrett Stidham is out of his sling and will be limited in spring ball. He should be able to throw after spring break. Justin Ferguson, at J. Ferguson Now, March 1, 2018. Auburn WR Ryan Davis had a minor procedure on his shoulder and will be limited in spring practice. Justin Ferguson, at J. Ferguson Now, March 1, 2018. Auburn HC Gus Malzahn confirms reports from yesterday that Larry Porter will be the new special teams coordinator. Tim Horton will take over as recruiting coordinator. Justin Ferguson, at J. Ferguson now, March 1, 2018. Stidham had a minor surgical procedure on his left shoulder in January but was expected to participate in spring practice. While he may very well participate, it seems like he'll be a bit more limited than first thought and won't even throw until late March. Top target Ryan Davis likewise will be handled with care after he had a procedure on his shoulder. Probably not what you want to hear if you're an O supporter, but spring is always a time for younger players to get reps, and both Davis and Stidham's backups will likely have no qualms over the increased playing time as a result. As for Paul James III, he leaves the team without having made much of an impact on the field for the Tigers. While he was named the A-Day Spring Game Defensive MVP last year around this time, he only played in 3 games in 2016 after suffering an injury and was fairly limited in terms of playing time in 2017 behind Jeff Hollan and others this past season. The Tigers' annual spring game is slated for April 7 as they wrap up their 15 practices this spring. The Mountain West has released the conference's 2018 football schedule and confirmed a few additional kickoff times as well on Thursday. Per release, the slate for the league includes 97 football games during the upcoming season, 48 of which are conference matchups. The Mountain West title game will take place once again on Saturday, December 1. The league once again has a solid non-conference football slate and includes matchups against Arizona State, Michigan State, Missouri, Oklahoma State, Oregon, Stanford, USC, UCLA, Washington State and Wisconsin among others. In terms of conference play, some of the big dates to circle include October 6 when San Diego State travels to reigning champion Boise State, a rematch of the 2017 MWC title game between the Broncos and Fresno State on November 10, and a key game between the Aztecs and division champ Fresno State on November 17. Also announced were 2 previously unconfirmed kickoff times, mostly centered on Colorado State. The Rams' annual Rocky Mountain Showdown against Colorado was shifted to Friday, August 31 to open the season. The game will still take place at Sports Authority Field in Denver and will kick off at 7:30 p.m. MT on CBS Sports Network. Additionally, CSU's divisional game at Boise State will kick off at 7 p.m. MT on Friday, October the 19th and be televised on ESPN2. You can find a listing of every game under the Mountain West banner here. Kickoff times for many of the other games will be announced at a later date, and it's possible that TV partners ESPN and CBS Sports Network will shift other games to Thursday or Friday as well.